On the occasion of India having completed 75 years of her independence, I wish to express my sincere congratulations.
Greetings from the International Space Station. It is a pleasure to congratulate India on 75 years of independence.
India is celebrating today 75 years of independence, the journey and the achievements. It is also talking about what lies ahead. The Prime Minister of India set the tone with a speech from the Red Fort. It's an occasion that leaders usually use to recount their successes and to announce new schemes, even score some political points. But today was different. Today, Prime Minister Modi laid out a roadmap. At 75, which direction will India choose for itself? Which goals will India set for itself? And how will it achieve them? This was Prime Minister Modi's 9th speech from the Red Fort. It wasn't his longest. That was in 2016. He spoke for 94 minutes in 2016. Today, his speech lasted about 82 minutes. And in this address, he articulated his vision for the next 25 years. The most significant takeaways were the 5 pledges, or the Panch Pran, as we say in Hindi. Number 1, a developed India by 2047. That's the 100th year of independence, 2047. Number 2, shed all traces of the colonial mindset. Number 3, take pride in your roots. Number 4, he spoke about unity, but he talked about ending misogyny. And number 5, the sense of duty, your duty as a citizen. And this was a reminder of sorts for all citizens to fulfill their civic duties. Now, let's tell you about the pledges one by one. First, the goal of a developed India. With a 25-year target, this is an ambitious pledge. How are countries classified as developed? On different parameters, the most commonly used are indicators like GDP and per capita income, basically the average earning of a citizen. Now, for comparison's sake, the United States has a GDP of almost 20 trillion. Per capita income almost $60,000. Japan has a GDP of well over $12 trillion, per capita income over $38,000. Germany, GDP almost $5 trillion, per capita income over $44,000. France, GDP $2.5 trillion, per capita income almost $40,000. What about India? Where does India stand today? India's GDP is around $2.6 trillion, per capita income is less than $2,000. Do you see the gap here? While India is catching up on GDP, even ahead of some of these countries, it has a long way to go on per capita income. So what is Prime Minister Modi's game plan to make India developed? He's calling on the country's youth to step up.
मेरे देश के नौजवानों, जब देश आजादी के 100 साल मनाएगा, तब आप 50-55 के हुए होंगे। मतलब आपके जीवन का ये स्वर्णिम काल, आपकी उम्र के ये 25-30 साल भारत के सपनों को पूरा करने का काल है। आप संकल्प लेकर के मेरे साथ चल पड़िए साथियों, तिरंगे झंडे की शपथ लेकर के चल पड़िए। हम सब पूरी ताकत से लगे आए। बड़ा संकल्प, मेरा देश विकसित देश होगा।
That's pledge number 1. Pledge number 2 is about shedding the colonial mindset. What does that mean? It means take pride in your country, stop seeking validation from the rest of the world, and shun the mindset of servitude. And New Delhi has led by example in its recent dealings with the world, like buying Russian oil despite pressure from the West and Europe, or telling America to fix its own issues before commenting on India's democracy. Today, Prime Minister Modi asked citizens to stand up for their identity.
कभी कभी तो हमारी टैलेंट भाषा के बंदरों में बन जाती है। ये गुलामी की मानसिकता का परिणाम है। हमें हमारे देश की हर भाषा पे गर्व होना चाहिए। वो हमें भाषा आती हो या ना आती हो, लेकिन मेरे देश की भाषा है, मेरे पूर्वजों ने दुनिया को दी हुई ये भेंट सौगात है, हमें गर्व होना चाहिए।
Pledge number 3 is linked to that message. It's about taking pride in India's heritage. Now, this has been a mission of sorts for the Modi government. From the push for yoga to the campaign to promote Ayurveda, India is using its heritage as its USP.
जब हम अपनी धरती से जुड़ेंगे, जब हम अपनी धरती से जुड़ेंगे, तभी तो ऊंचा उड़ेंगे। और जब हम ऊंचा उड़ेंगे तो हम विश्व को भी समाधान दे पाएंगे।
Pledge number 4, end misogyny. Prime Minister Modi asked India to take a pledge to stop disrespecting women. As he paid a tribute to freedom fighters like Rani Lakshmi Bai, he said India should push for gender equality, end casual sexism and abuse.
हमारी बोलचाल में, हमारे व्यवहार में, हमारे कुछ शब्दों में हम नारी का अपमान करते हैं। क्या हम स्वभाव से, संस्कार से, रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में नारी को अपमानित करने वाली हर बात से मुक्ति का संकल्प ले सकते हैं?
And finally, pledge number 5, your duty as citizens. We all remember our fundamental rights, as we should, but very few of us talk about our fundamental duties. Today, the Prime Minister of India did.
ये शासन का काम है कि बिजली 24 घंटे पहुंचाने के लिए प्रयास करे, लेकिन ये नागरिक का कर्तव्य है कि जितनी ज्यादा यूनिट बिजली बचा सकते बचाएं। हर खेत में पानी पहुंचाना सरकार की जिम्मेवारी है, सरकार का प्रयास है, लेकिन पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप पानी बचाते हुए आगे बढ़ना, मेरे हर खेत से आवाज उठनी चाहिए। हर कोई अगर नागरिक के कर्तव्यों को निभाएगा तो मुझे विश्वास है कि हम इच्छित लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने में समय से पहले सिद्धि प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
So these were the 5 pledges. The Prime Minister gave a new slogan to Jai Anusandhan, or Hail Innovation. This was a pitch for India's growing prowess in tech and innovation.
अमृत काल के लिए एक और अनिवार्यता है और वो है जय अनुसंधान। जय जवान, जय किसान, जय विज्ञान, जय अनुसंधान। ये जो डिजिटल इंडिया का मूवमेंट है, जो सेमीकंडक्टर की ओर हम कदम मार रहे हैं, 5G की ओर कदम मार रहे हैं, हम ऑप्टिकल फाइबर गांव-गांव में पहुंचा रहे हैं। डिजिटल इंडिया का सपना गांव से गुजरेगा, ये मुझे पूरी जानकारी है।
So today's speech was futuristic, and it did take into account our current challenges. Prime Minister Modi highlighted 2 issues, corruption and nepotism. Both resonate with the Indian voter. They also target the political opposition. The reference to corruption was aimed at parties like the Trinamool Congress or the TMC. It is the party in power in the state of West Bengal. And recently it made news for all the wrong reasons. Assets worth crores were seized from a TMC minister in West Bengal. The images are on your screen. As for nepotism, it is rampant in Indian politics across the board, but the target here is believed to be the Congress party that continues to be led by the Gandhi family.
जब मैं भाई भतीजावाद, परिवारवाद की बात करता हूं तो लोगों को लगता है मैं सिर्फ राजनीतिक क्षेत्र की बात करता हूं। जी नहीं, दुर्भाग्य से राजनीतिक क्षेत्र की उस बुराई ने हिंदुस्तान की हर संस्थाओं में परिवारवाद को पोषित कर दिया है।
So that was the Prime Minister's speech. Celebrations are still underway across the country. World leaders have sent their congratulations to India, from US President Joe Biden to British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, he's still Prime Minister, and Australian PM Anthony Albanese. Almost every world leader has cheered India's achievements. French President Emmanuel Macron shared a message in Hindi. He said India's achievements in the last 75 years have inspired the world. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.